The Hitman's Bodyguard, starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Pretty straightforward plot in this one. Ryan Reynolds plays a bodyguard, high-profile bodyguard.
Right.
Kind of falls into some hard times and finds himself having to defend Samuel L. Jackson, who is going to be testifying before an international tribunal. They have some history, and that leads to some comedic moments and a lot of action.
A lot of action, yes.
So let's dive right in.
Let's get into it.
Look, this movie was exactly what I expected it to be, which was perfect. I absolutely loved... I mean, look, the cinematography was okay. And shaky cam needs to die a death away from cinema.
It absolutely does. Oh my gosh.
But this movie, the interplay between Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson and Selma Hayek, who I actually did not know going into this movie was in it.
No.
It was hysterically funny. There were some things that could have been fixed, I think, but I mean, maybe the movie ran a little bit long. But other than that,
long.
Oh, hey, okay, I'm not going to give you a lot long. I'll give you like 10 or 15 minutes. Probably could have been truncated out of this film, but they did a really good job with what they had, which is a kind of a paper-thin plot, a really paint-by-the-numbers kind of thing. But Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds were just let go, and I thought they did really, really well with it.
I disagree, actually. I found myself...
Of course you disagree.
I found myself laughing very little at this film. I mean, I expected this to be a laugh riot. I like Ryan Reynolds a lot. I think he's organically funny.
He is.
Same way with Samuel L. Jackson.
Absolutely.
He has his way about him. He's always funny. The thing is, these two together, how can you mess this up? These two...
And they didn't.
These two could sit for 2 hours and clip grass in someone's front yard with kitchen shears, and it'd be funny. So I thought. And then you give me this, and I'm like, okay... It felt forced. I thought Reynolds was forcing the issue pretty consistently throughout this movie, and the reactions almost seemed like they were out of different scenes. It didn't strike me as very cohesive until the very end, when there were some organic moments of reaction.
Was it that it was funnier at the end, or was it just when you fucking loosened up? You went into this... No, I think you went into this movie expecting a movie that was going to disappoint you.
I mean, I expected a trashy movie, I know.
Yes, and you know what? Yes, this was a trashy movie, and it was incredibly entertaining. I would absolutely recommend this movie. It was everything that I would want out of these two.
I mean, the action wasn't great.
Okay, again, the action was fine. The action was fine. The cinematography. See, and that's where you and I are really going to get into a disagreement, because I did not think at the end of the day this was actually an action comedy. This was a romantic comedy.
It was Dr. Phil. There was enough tension between the characters built up because of their history.
I think there was enough tension between you and the goddamn projectionist screen.
I didn't like it.
It was a good movie.
I didn't like the movie.
It was a good movie.
I don't know if I recommend it.
It was a perfectly entertaining film for a midsummer movie.
Maybe.
That's absolutely everything I think you could have hoped for out of this movie. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a hit, man. All right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, this is not Citizen Kane.
It was never going to be.
Right.
I didn't expect
and that's what
it
I'm saying. Looking at this in the scope of the genre, this was definitely an above-average action comedy movie.
For a buddy comedy flick, I disagree.
Look, what more could you have asked for out of this film?
Chemistry. Vastly more of it.
There was a ton of chemistry.
I didn't feel it. I thought there was a
lot
more.
Absolute ton of chemistry.
Way over the top. Way over the top. You liked her character.
I did like her character.
I didn't like it.
I thought she played it really well.
I thought she overacted completely.
She's got a couple of great lines.
One or two, sure.
Okay, and the flashbacks with her. Again, we're not going to give too much away, but the flashbacks between her and Samuel L. Jackson.
That was good.
Were terrific.
That was good. The flashback usage in general, I don't like it in films if you can avoid it. But in this film, there's a couple of them, a couple of flashbacks to give you some information, and honestly, only really one of them really lands.
But you know how I feel about exposition, and I would rather you show me what happened than just explain to me what happened. I thought this movie adequately, if not jumping over it, showed me the backstory of these characters. They showed me why these characters
but it was sloppy, I thought, because when they jumped into a flashback, it was almost like an episode of television. I mean, I expected to hear a whoosh sound effect. I'm like, oh my goodness, or Zach Morris timeout.
It's a fun movie, and I think at some point you need to loosen the hell up.
Fun is where we disagree. I just didn't find it very fun.
Look, we're going to jump right into grades here.
Let's get the grades.
This movie, in terms of this genre, this is a B, maybe a B+ movie. This is definitely a movie that you should go out and see. I mean, look, I think we've seen A movies in this genre. Movies like The Other Guys.
Oh, yeah,
most recently. Well, I mean, same director, same idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, yes, that's going to be an A to an A plus movie. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang being an A plus.
Oh, sure.
But this movie is solidly a B, if not just slightly above it. I'm not going to go so far as a B plus, but the action worked, the comedy worked. Yeah, you should have probably cut about 20 minutes out of this thing, and for God's sakes, do away with the shaky cam.
Agreed.
But this was a perfectly entertaining movie, and I think audiences are going to love it.
Okay, I think audiences are going to be divided on this one, and I'm going to give it about, let's call it a C minus. I'm not going to say it was
You're
abysmal.
out of your mind.
I don't think it was abysmal.
A C minus?
I don't think it was abysmal. I just think that the film failed to actually
You're going to say this
capture
movie,
the charm
but
of
with
its
a C
natural
being
roots.
average, you're saying this is a below average.
Below average for its genre, I think.
For its genre.
Especially considering you
For
had.
its genre.
Yes.
What? You know what? You're out of your mind. You're out.
You're
Clearly,
not.
you've had too much to drink, and that's going to do it for us because he has to get cut off. So thank you. Check out our next movie we've got. We're going to go see Logan Lucky tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, I've got high hopes for this film.
do
I might just leave him outside in the car, let him stew for a little while, because clearly you're just done watching movies at this point.
Seems so.
All right. Thanks, guys. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe wherever they might be on your screen, because that's what we asked for. Till then, you know what?
Up.
Yeah, bottoms up, and fucking get the stick out of your ass.